Hey guys, Centurion here, and today I'm going to be talking about what DayZ developers have been talking about for the next update 1.2 and the upcoming year. The first part of this, there will be Matej and Tim talking about the Christmas update, but apart from that, they were speaking about what 1.2 may bring and when they plan to release it. So without further ado, here you guys go, and we're going to waste any of your time.
If I'm correct, the next week we are expecting to release another patch, right, for the 1.19.
Yes.
So we are still focusing on that. It will be some general bug fixing and removal of some of the exploits that are unfortunately still present. So kind of stability. And I think at this point it's worth also talking about 1.20 and the fact that we will kind of try to stick to what we used to do before, which is that the first update of the year is usually kind of a stability update that's cleans up the desk and kind of prepares us for the year to come. So we definitely expect a Christmas event to come this year, so you can definitely look forward to that. But regarding 1.20 as it is, it's currently scheduled for the next year, correct?
1.20 will release next year.
Yeah. So not only scheduled, but it will. As I said, it's because the 1.19 just partly absorbed some of the content and stuff that we wanted to bring in the 1.20. We mentioned that the Christmas event will be coming again. We're not gonna give a specific date yet, but we expect it somehow around mid-December, correct?
Mid-December, yeah.
Yeah,
Will roughly be the deployment of the Christmas.
Yeah. So around that time, so you can look forward again to Santa crashes, or like the heli crashes with Santa Santa vibes, and the Santa beard, the hat, the Christmas trees, right, and some other stuff. So there will be definitely some vibe and some basically new content, but I think most of it, or maybe all of it, you will know from the last years. But it's a lot of work, to do it properly. So we don't really want to promise anything that we cannot deliver on, and you also have to understand that a lot of the developers also live outside of the office, which always seemed like a weird idea to me.
Yeah.
And around the Christmas, they tend to spend time with their families, which I think is atrocious. Like, why would you do that?
People hate us for that.
Yeah, like, exactly. So we still obviously work in December, but there's like a couple of days cut off, so it's better to kind of keep it all conserved and what really we can deliver.
To basically put it into shape. If I was to consider an update, because it falls into my responsibility as a producer to decide these things, and if we are talking an update at the end of the year, an update means that we need to first consider. We need to prepare for this update, so we need to run it through the experimental period, get some feedback from the players, able to adjust it. That takes several weeks. And after the release, we need to make sure that we have a buffer period in case something gets out there, which sometimes happens, that there is some new exploit, some new bug, so that needs to be fixed. And I need to keep core people in the office to make sure that we are able to react to that. And if we are not leaving these time periods, then either you have a broken build over Christmas, which you don't want, or we have to keep our developers over Christmas, which we also don't want.
Yeah.
So this doesn't benefit anyone if we try to rush and try to push something in before Christmas, something big.
Yeah.
So we are keeping it safe.
So as you guys can see, they'll probably go ahead they are taking their time with it. They want to make sure everything is perfect, because in last updates there may have been a few bugs that managed to slide through, and they want to go ahead and make sure that this update is going to go as best as possible. And on top of that, as you can understand, these guys are going to be working a lot of time into this one, and to make sure it's all perfect for you guys, as well as fixing a few bugs. For example, at the moment, glitches to do with weapons going in semi-automatic when they're in fully automatic. As soon as you log out, there's been issues with bleeding and other stuff, as well as if you go ahead and go on to official, there is still a lot of modders, hackers, as well as dupers. So I think they're going ahead and focus on all of this in patches, as well as they deployed recently the Christmas update, and well, they're going to be focusing on more of the smaller patches to make sure there's fresh content throughout the year.
Yeah, so with the next year, obviously I cannot say like, yeah, we're gonna do that, and that, but we kind of want to keep it like the previous year.
It's going to be updates.
Yeah,
It's going to be updates. Yep.
Yeah, so we definitely want to keep supporting DayZ and expanding on it. I mean, it's not so long ago. I think with the release on 1.19, we had like over the course of 1 week, we had almost 1 million like unique players that launched the game. You know, that's huge for us, and we are so grateful that you really appreciate the progress that this game did. So we are committed to keep supporting it.
I think with the article in general, it will most likely happen in the first quarter.
Okay.
That's basically how it will go, because basically we've released 1.19 just now, and of course this keeps us busy, and we are already working on 1.20. At the same time, we are planning the new year, and it's about not promising too much because there's a lot going on, and we need to figure out how can everything fit in there. And we don't want to promise too much, of course, so either we promise you very, very vague outlining, or we overpromise.
Yeah.
So we try to find some middle ground with that, but it takes time to do that, and that mostly happens somewhere in the first quarter. Can't say if January or March or so, but sometime around that time we will be able to release a rough outline of what's going to happen.
Okay, that's good info.